Well, hello everyone. Back again. This time we're doing Star Rail. I need to do some quests to get my Trailblaze level up so I can level my characters more. Let's see, that's not the thing I wanted. There we go. And not really enough to do anything yet. Okay. So I was gonna do... No, I've already done the event. I want the missions. Yeah. Oh. I thought I finished the event, but I guess somebody still needs to talk to me about it. Alright.
Next destination?
That's fine.
Up to you.
We'll do that then. Yeah, let me in. I wish they let us teleport right inside the museum the way they do with Herta's office.
That would be nice.
Omen! Noinen, please stay back a little. Lady Bronya will be gracing us with her presence here at the museum. She would like to meet up with you. Did she want to reward me herself? No, actually, it has to do with Lady Bronya's mother, the late Supreme Guardian Kokolia. Lady Bronya commissioned Klipov Fort for a portrait of Madame Kokolia, and would like it to be displayed in our museum. Supreme Guardian Bronya has arrived! Looks like she's here. I'm sure Lady Bronya would prefer to confer with you herself. I knew it. I knew I unlocked something here. We meet again, Noinen. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting on such short notice. Oh, it's nothing. I was here anyway. That is fate, then. It seems that this portrait is destined to require your opinion in order to be fully completed. To commemorate my mother, the architects and I agree that a portrait should be created for her and sent to the museum for the Belabogians to remember her. However, if the portrait is to be added as an exhibit in the museum, it will need a brief introduction. Although we've already put out the narrative that Madame Kokolia has sacrificed herself in the war, we still want to hear your opinion. The hero of Belobog who saved the city. Leave it to me. I'm glad to hear that. Let's start first. Let's start. First is the story of Mother before her reign. It is said that my mother, like me, was also selected from the barren underground and brought to the overworld. At that time, she was curious about everything, especially the flowers that she couldn't see in the underworld. In her spare time, she would always go to the florist. Later, she became a top student at the Belobog Military Academy, graduating at the top of her class. People say she has the most intelligent mind in all of Belobog. After that, Mother embarked on her career in governance, and with her charismatic personality, gained the support of the entire city. Under her supervision, the Silvermane Guards were finally able to counterattack and reclaim the Fragmentum, though it comes at too high a cost. What do you think? How should we describe Mother's early years in the introduction?
I think the rival is important because if you think about it, it will really help heal the relations between underworld and overworld even more.
Yeah, especially since the person who made that decision was someone from the underworld.
Yeah, I think it's politically wise.
I agree. In that case, Supreme Guardian Kokolia spent her childhood in the distant underworld, where she showed curiosity and love for all things, her favorite flower being the first snow, much like her own noble character. Do you think this description is appropriate, Noen? Yes. Got it. So next up, Mother's story after she has taken power. Under Mother's rule, the most well-known decree was the blockade of the overworld and the underworld. On one hand, this measure secured Belobog's rear, but it also resulted in many unnecessary sacrifices, causing much controversy among the people. However, she never forgot her dream of healing the world. But due to certain reasons, she suffered continual torment, both mentally and physically, which eventually led to her becoming the unfeeling and indifferent person you knew. Nevertheless, Mother still regarded me as her dearest daughter, perhaps leaving what little warmth she had left for me instead of her people. I'm sorry, I may have injected too many personal feelings. Let's get back on topic. How do you think we should describe Mother's experience during her role in the introduction?
Probably her change in her personality.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's my...
In that case... But the burden on her shoulders was too heavy. She tried to weave the fate of Everwinter City from chaos, but was crushed by it. She gradually became ruthless and indifferent, but people still rallied closely around her. Do you think this description is appropriate? Yes. So next is the final moments of Mother's life, but Kleephoff Fort already has a conclusion for this part, so let's skip it. Finally, let's give Mother an objective assessment. Even though you once fought against her, I believe you can provide a perfect answer. As a Trailblazer and her former enemy, how would you evaluate Mother, former Supreme Guardian Cocolia? I will state the truth. She had both merits and faults. That's the best one, I think.
Maybe she had good intentions, but she chose the wrong path.
That's true, but to me, I think that kind of glosses over it too much for the people of the underworld. Just stating that she had both merits and faults is much more... I think it will be better politically. This is indeed an objective evaluation. However, you can still think about it a little more. We have time. No, it's fine. Thank you, Noenen. The other architects and I will carefully consider your opinion before finalizing the draft. If you're interested in the final text, come to History Culture Hall yourself to check it out. See you later, Noen. I thank you for your contribution to Belobog. You'll forever be our hero. Oh. 2,000. Well, that's nice, but they won't let me... They won't let me... manage the museum anymore, so the bonuses don't do anything.
No way not.
Let me manage the museum again.
Maybe they'll let you manage it after this.
That would be nice.
Noenen, you're our big hero. Do you know the History Culture Hall has also been successfully set up with your help? This means that we can open the whole museum to the public. I had no idea the Supreme Guardian had gone through... Oh.
I had no idea the Supreme Guardian had gone through this.
Oh. That would have been the old person, probably.
Is this the monster that invaded us 700 years ago?
I didn't expect that this long-buried history would one day see the light of day, and the museum be brought back to life. This is all so unbelievable. We owe this to you, Noen. You're the true hero of Belobog. You deserve that title.
Yeah, because I don't think being fair about her faults is, like, a bad thing, politically. Oh, her painting has baby Bronya in it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Little baby Bronya. She has villainous drills. So what I mean by that is, like, I don't think it's politically bad to portray her as having both good things and bad things about her when she had such a fucked up policy. And especially because there's still gonna be that bit about how she sacrificed her life to save Belobog. So, like, it's not like there's not... Yeah, see, they won't let me in.
Oh, rip.
I see they just used me and kicked me out when I was no longer of use.
They're like, thanks
Give
for
me
your help.
back my job!
Get out.
Alright, but with that, I've actually finished the event. So let's go to this one. Because I want to buy things from this shop, so I should do her to space station first.
I can't believe this, but
I remember this guy. Buddy, it's been a while. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Mr. Wen, excuse me. Who? Who is interrupting me? If it's the Xenohydro, then show yourself at once. Ahem, so it's you knowing. You're also here to volunteer in the Curio Collection Squad. Wait, don't come over here. Just say 1 or 2 words. 1. No abnormal watery sound in your pronunciation. Pupillary reflex normal. Perspiration reaction normal. Okay, now you can come over and let me touch your forehead. The Xenohydro can't achieve this level of likeness. Alas, the lead was once again inconclusive. Even if the recollection of curios is our top priority in the Declaration of Revival, it is proving to be a difficult task in practice. The Xenohydro... As you know, since the establishment of the Herta Space Station, 5 departments have been established to focus on a collection of study of curios, including ecology, geopolitics, mysticism, geography, and implement arts. I still don't understand what the fuck implement arts means. All those other words I've heard other places, but this one is just, like, baffling.
I actually don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, plus they're the ones who embezzle the most, apparently.
Yep. But nobody even knows what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's the embezzling department. The department of embezzlement.
I fucking guess so. Like, damn. This monster invasion caused the loss of roughly half of the hundreds of collections held by each department. Oh, wow. Half. That's quite a lot.
I may not believe this.
So I expect we're gonna get lots of quests in the future about finding curios. They come in all kinds of sizes and shapes. A cat hair on my tongue. Downside of having cats, it floats everywhere. Ugh. Finally, I've freed myself. Some are inactive and harmless, some emit poison for no reason, not to mention some biological types of curios that can plan their own escape, which is a real headache. Are Wubbaboos curios?
Yeah, they're considered that.
Huh. There's a curio called the Xenohydro that has the ability to replicate the appearance of other people at will. This allows it to wreak havoc and confusion wherever it goes, as it can easily assume various false identities. The Curio Collection Squad is an emergency team I put together. The team's mission is to support post-disaster reconstruction and ensure that all of its needs are met during this difficult time. As the name suggests, it's mainly responsible for collecting the curios that have been displaced due to the recent monster invasion. Surely you must have heard of Mrs. Hinkle's famous Declaration of Revival, right? Our fellow researchers were slaughtered by monsters. Their lifeless forms were cold and woeful. Woeful. Alas, I can't recall the exact wording. After all, Mrs. Hinkle's style is unique and not easily imitatable. Well, you truly are a man of dedication, Mr. Wen. It's all because of that Xenohydro's trickery. This has been tormenting me to no end. That's why we had to have that conversation earlier. The squad has been searching for the Xenohydro for some time, but to no avail. A member of the squad named Abraham has gone missing.
I may not believe
It
this.
is true what they say, when it rains it pours. Missing, I can help with this. That's great. I was just getting worried that I can't spare anyone to go find him. Abraham is easy to identify. He's thin, wearing glasses, and always mumbling about life is but a path to death. You don't even pay attention to how he looks. You can just take a moment to listen to the words being said. He somehow always manages to drop this line at least once every 5 sentences. According to the squad members, Abraham was last seen in the storage zone. Even though Abraham can be quite a downer, which has been a real torture for his colleagues, still, we can't just leave him. Right now, all squad members are busy searching for missing curios, and I'll also have to handle the whole Xeno-Hydro situation, so it's up to you to find Abraham. If you bring him back safely, the Department of Implement Arts will reward you quite handsomely.
You may not
Good,
believe
give
this.
me money. I demand to be paid. Alright. So, the storage zone is where I need to go to find this bud. Well, let's start looking then. Looks like you're all good for here. Oh, neat. It tells me where I need to go. Like, what direction and how far away it is. Most importantly, I need to smash all of this stuff. Oh, this will be my first battle since I, leveled up all of their shit. Let's see how this goes.
A
Oh,
foregone
wow.
conclusion.
Yeah, this is much better than it was before.
Lands at the ready.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't believe I kept forgetting to upgrade my traces.
Faces do make a
The
big
galaxy is vast beyond compare.
Ooh, let's listen in on this bubble. Memory of beating wings. Bubbles are floating in the air with a colorful glow gliding on their surfaces. For some reason, they form an image that seems to carry a profound meaning. As you approach them, a female voice that sounds similar to Herta's murmurs monotonously, "Flapping wings." You approach the bubble and experience a chilly sensation that gently pierces through your skin, flesh, and bones, then goes down deeper into your soul. To your surprise, you're stuck in a dark and cramped room. The air is thick and dank, mixed with a putrid scene unique to moldy, rotten wood. You want to turn around to exercise your tight joints, but you find yourself unable to move. Not only is there no space around you, but your muscles and tendons are also stiff and trembling out of abject fear. It's because you can clearly hear them. Those multitudes of cursed creatures sniffing around outside this locked wooden box. Their serrated feelers are impatiently thrashing around, lashing out at everything outside of your narrow confines. You can hear them dashing madly around the room. You hear the constant movements of their iron-hooked limbs and armor-like carapace, producing a piercing noise that drives one to insanity. Of course, you know these despicable anthropods have no intellect to communicate with you. Their disgusting mouthpieces, dripping with sticky saliva, should only be used for chewing and eating. But you are sure you heard something. They are definitely whispering something. Their mouthpieces, no, those darn mouthpieces, should not be able to make that kind of sound. Could the sound come from their filthy wings covered in oily film? You listen intently. Yes, the disgusting wings are flapping in the air as they repeatedly utter that cursed name in a shrill and coarse hiss. Taziron, Taziron, Taziron. Taziron, Taziron. Well, that's disturbing. Gross. Alright. Over this direction. Yeah, I was kind of expecting to feel, like, to hear something more freedom-oriented with flapping wings, but that's definitely not what we got.
Yep.
Oh, hey. Today I'm going to get justice for Alfred. Whoa, don't come near me. Go away. Dude, why do you think you can get justice for Alfred when you're, like, fucking dying, man? Okay, so... yes.
You know nothing of the weight behind.
Witness the stars.
I haven't
shatter
really
before you.
upgraded his ult, so his ult should
Survive
be
or
very
be
much
destroyed.
stronger than it used to
There
be.
is no other choice.
But his ult has been
Time for the
upgraded
radiant
totally.
spirit. Heed my word. Show no mercy.
Bong.
Spirit.
I won't go easy on you.
What?
Spirit almost.
There's no time to lose.
Oh.
Conflict is pitiless.
Alright, well I made the speed go higher.
Oh, my speed is really more like slow motion.
Yeah,
The
I'm definitely
galaxy is
doing better
vast
now.
beyond
You are.
Hey, did you notice that one of the monsters you defeated had a different body build? Even the joints on its left leg look different from the others. I'm pretty sure that's what killed Alfred. That's rough, buddy. I did it. I finally did it. I finally avenged Alfred. Correction. I avenged Alfred, but I did do it to look for you, so I guess you get some credit. I had to gather up so much courage to come do Mr. Wen's errands, and who knew it would turn out to be an avenging trip? Is this faith? Is this fate? Running errands for Mr. Wen? Yep, Mr. Wen asked me to go to the curio sorting room in the storage zone to pick an item for him. This makes no sense. Look, he also gave me this executive order. Notice of ad hoc transfer. Researcher Abraham of the Curio Collection Squad, former member of the Security Department, is hereby commissioned to retrieve a boxer with colored tortoiseshell pattern from the Department of Implement Arts in the storage zone from Wen Mingde. This item, the item can be found in the third aluminum cabinet on the left-hand side of the corridor. When Mingde is personally responsible for all consequences, the notice comes into immediate effect. Period of transfer for a while, I guess. Assigner Wen Mingy. Assignee Hamburger Ham. Okay. See, this is the executive order that Mr. Wen personally gave me. It's a notice of an ad hoc transfer. All written in black and white, clear as day. Your name is... You actually believe that? The order was handed to me by Mr. Wen Mingde himself. It can't be a mistake. Oh, I get it. The Hydro thing impersonated Mr. Wen Mingde. And it sucks at spelling, so that's why everything's fucked up. Okay, I got it. I still remember that his pupils were dilated, head covered in sweat, hands cold, and even his throat made a faint gurgling sound. Oh, yep. He must have been really eager to get that curio, so I had to get this done for him.
It's a success among us.
Let's go back and check this with Mr. Wen. I don't think this is a good idea. Mr. Wen Mingde personally gave me the task, and I can't just go back without completing it first. Anyway, it's safe here. I'll go and get the curio soon. If you have any doubts, just take this transfer order. Go back and ask Mr. Wen Mingde about it. Uh-huh. Well, I guess we'll do that then. Do. This way. Hi there, Loki. Drop the act already. You drop the act. I know it's you. You've been pretending to be me, deceiving everyone with your shenanigans, and now you have the audacity to stand here in front of me? Excuse me, but who are you calling a fake? I was standing here, right here, the whole time. You're the one who just appeared out of nowhere. I have witnesses who can confirm that. So tell me, who do you think looks suspicious here? You or me? Now, everyone, the situation is clear as day.
It's already well known that the Xenohydro has been on the loose for a long time. Xenohydro can change its form and mimic others' appearances so perfectly, it's virtually impossible to tell the difference. But I never would have thought that this creature would be so bold, approaching us like this and trying to take my place. Don't try to steal my words. You accuse me of being a fake, but do you have any proof to back up your claim? What about your claim? And where is the evidence to support it? Knowing and you arrived just in time, what do you think? I might have a way to solve this. What is it then? Spit it out. I don't want to waste any more time with that thing. By the way, where's Abraham? Did you find him? And what's this transfer order in your hands? Retrieve the boxer with colored tortoiseshell pattern. You cheeky Xenohydro! How dare you use my identity to steal a valuable curio? Now that the evidence is all clear, it's time to end this. I suggest Noin make the call. I agree, Noin. What do you say? Let's see. We should check the vital signs. We've done that already. The team has checked our pupils, sweat glands, voice, and body temperature. I think the one with his hands spread out is the fake one. But I'm not sure. Because it's pretty good at acting, actually. But perhaps the tension was simply too high to act normally. Our pupils were both dilated, we were both sweating profusely, our voices were trembling, and our bodies were cold to the touch. I wish I wasn't so worked up. Otherwise, we would have been able to tell by now. Check the signature. Don't waste your time. The note signed Wen Mingi is obviously a blatant mockery of me by the Xenohydro. He can imitate my looks and personality really well, so I don't think that handwriting will be too difficult for him either. I noticed both of us are carrying the written orders for the team's daily attendance, which you can review at will. We should check the boxers. Those boxers are a curio and not to be worn. Not to mention, they are not my personal property. What's there to check? These boxers are clearly planted by the Xenohydro. I, Wen Mingde, the dignified leader of the Department of Implement Arts and the head of the Curio Correction Squad, will not allow the Xenohydro to mock me like this. That's it for now. What do you think? Try to dupe him? That sounds fun. After so many questions, I think you've made your choice, no? I don't think he has. Don't listen to him. It's up to knowing to make the call. Who's real and who's fake. Okay. But the one on the left, the one on the right, when I'm selecting this, which one's real and which one's fake? Maybe that's how I'm duping him. Is because I won't specify. Okay. The one on the left. Ha! I knew I was right about you. Good choice, good choice. Why should we trust your judgment? You're a stinky outsider who came out of nowhere. Don't be a sore loser. Huh? His pupils are dilating abnormally. Sweat is quickly secreting all of his body and his hair is wet. He is the Xenohydro! Ah! So it worked. You spoiled my plan. This is not fun. How dare you expose me? I'll make you pay! What's a Xenohydro look like?
Stay calm.
Is that really a Xenohydro? Or is this just another shape it's taking?
Who knows?
I think it's just a shape it's taking, but I'm not sure.
Conflict is pitiless.
Lands at the ready.
I definitely don't have many characters that can break its shields, but...
Leave it to me.
Thankfully, the follow-up attacks can always pull me out of a bad situation.
Is thunder.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Alright.
You
You
know
know
nothing
what
but
to
survive
do.
or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Show no mercy.
Lance ablaze. Lance!
Forward!
Let's begin.
Conflict is pitiless.
There we go.
That's what it was down.
Yep. Like I said, I maxed up his traces. The Xenohydro's combat abilities have been neutralized. Everyone, fall in an olive-shaped formation, and use the central elevator as our starting point. Prepare for the collection process. Pay attention to anyone suspicious around you. There's a burst of chaotic activity and everything was a blur. Something seems to be moving fast. The chaos gradually subsides. Oh, so we didn't even catch it? Fall in and count. The numbers are right, not one more, not one less. Alas, the Xenohydro had escaped. We're so close. It's all my fault. Now how should I explain this to lead researcher Asta? Hey, we learn from our mistakes. It's imperative to set up a secret code within the squad to prevent the same farce from ever happening again. I'll report this to Mrs. Hinkle and ask her to assign more staff to apprehend the Xenohydro as soon as possible. Sorry to get you involved in this fuss. Here's a little something for your troubles. It's not much, but please accept it. If you ever find the Xenohydro elsewhere, remember that the Curio Collection Squad is always here. Don't try to fight it alone. Everyone fall in. I could fight it alone. I guess not, though, because I am using a whole team, so... Oh, right, my text messages that I've been ignoring. I should probably be answering these. Might I take a moment of your time, knowing any chance you're familiar with classical poems? I don't usually speak like this. I must have read too much poetry recently. I got an encrypted letter. It must be really good, because I can't understand a single word. You seem pretty smart, so please come back and help me out with this one, as soon as you have time. Otherwise, sooner or later, I'll just die from the curiosity alone. Alright. So, time to go through our text messages. There's so many!
You really should respond to your texts.
Well, I didn't want to respond to them when I wasn't streaming, because then I'd miss important pieces of puzzles for the quests and shit.
You know they're saved, right?
No, I didn't know that.
No, they just stay there. You can always look at them later.
Hi, Teacher Noinen. The General said you travel all over the place. I spotted 2 new swords from the Artisanship Commission. I'm spoiled for choice and I'm having trouble choosing. Can you help me take a look and give some comments? Sure. One of them is a Vijahara make, forged with the exotic Corallium metal of Scale Gorge. I hate that I can't scroll up while he's typing. Forged with the exotic metal Corallium metal of Scale Gorge waterscape and tempered with Thama spring water. It can be wielded as normal under many extreme circumstances. It's a masterpiece. The other one is Shadelink sword, forged by the Furnace Master himself using an outworld crystal jade. Its luster is compelling, and it's fitted with the newest flight component. It can be connected with the wielder's consciousness and sent flying across the battlefield. It's so cool! Only children have to make a choice. Just get both. But I don't care. Whatever comes, I'll deal with them at the end of the month. Just don't.
No.
Oh no, I brought him on the
no.
path of financial ruin.
Yep. You have corrupted the fuse.
You can admire it a little when we meet. Thank you for the advice, Nguyen. I mean...
Amazing.
Fair. Arlen, huh? Okay. Basic cardiopulmonary function training for newly recruited staff of the security department. 13. Prepare nutritious tablets and newly flavored cans for Peppy. Remind Miss Asta to prepare outline for tomorrow's meeting. Don't drink too much coffee. Roger, I'm on it. Sorry, I accidentally sent you my memos. Please pretend you didn't see them. You can keep sending them to me. No, I'll be embarrassed. I need to take care of work. Of a work thing. Let's talk about it next time we meet. Bye. Noin, save me! Where are you? I'm at home. This terrifying thing called homework is keeping me in my house.
Oh,
I can't go outside to adventure.
Or Hook. Same, Hook, same.
Do your homework and you'll grow taller. Stop, Hook the Great. Wildfire is everywhere outside. If I sneak out, Zila would definitely catch me. Why don't I help you? If you finish early, then you can go play early. How does that sound? Whoa! Not bad for the honorary member. Let me know when you get here. I'll be waiting for you. Yes, ma'am. As you command, Pitch Dark Hook the Great. She's gonna be so embarrassed about that when she gets older. Or she won't, and she'll just be basically
She'll just
official.
completely own it. Yeah, it's a 50-50, honestly.
Hi, Noenin. I got your contact deals from Miss Chingchue. I'm trying to decipher my master's plans. By the rainbow, I feel like I'm overflowing with inspiration. I want to talk to someone about my ideas. Do you have the time? Have you tried Chingchue? I have. She said she's too busy and doesn't have time and asked me to find you.
Of course.
Chingchue and being busy are like fire and ice. What does that mean? Is that some new proverb? Fire and ice are so unrelated, they're practically incompatible. Please, I'm begging you, Noin. I really need someone to supervise me. I'll definitely pay you for it. Alright. Well, if I get paid, I suppose. Pardon me, Noenin, but I wonder whether you have the time to come to the Seat of Divine Foresight right now for a game of Shanzhou Star Chess. I don't know how to play Shanzhou Star Chess. It's not difficult. I can teach you. If you recall the giant sand pit in the middle of the Divine Seat of Foresight, it's only used to project military objectives during war times. During peaceful days, I use it as a game board. I like to study Star Chess puzzles and books when I'm free, but there are only so many of them. Once I've solved all the puzzles, I still need to seek out real opponents. Would you be interested? Of course. Since the general is inviting me, then I will learn the game no matter how hard it is. In that case, I'll tell you the truth of what's happening, without any fear of you laughing at me knowing. The tea house sent over a collection of new releases from Immortal's Delight, but I'm the only person in the Seat of Divine Foresight right now. I can't finish these teas, and I didn't want to refuse the tea house's goodwill. I'll head over immediately to help. Excellent.
They're like, oh, I will be there immediately.
Hook. Honorary member, do you have any interesting books to recommend? What happened to you? You want to read? That's odd. What do you mean? Can't the boss of the moles want to read? So, do you have any recommendations? The Express's databank. You can read the Express's databank. There's a lot of information in the databank. It'll take a long time to finish reading it. Sounds like there are a lot of words to read. Hook gets sleepy when Hook sees a lot of words. Okay, Hook is decided. Hook is going to read books. Hook is not going to read books. Hook is going to bed. You decided so quickly. Are you sleeping already? Yup. That was fast. If only I could sleep that fast. Alright, looks like I'm getting closer to being caught up in my texts. Pella.
The Tale of Winterland's original art book sold out in 1 second again. But I was fast enough to get you a copy, too.
Excellent.
Sorry, I messaged the wrong person.
Can you give me one, too?
Oh no.
Not the art book. I got that from my friend. But if you're interested, I can give you a set of The Tale of the Winterlands.
A set?
Yeah, I bought 10 sets so I can recommend it to people who are interested.
It's literally you.
Thank you. What? Well, you're not wrong. I did run a black market manga
know.
dealing in high school.
I was reading that and I'm like, this is literally you.
Although now, with everything, all the books being online, I just send people links. Much cheaper.
Oh, right. I want to ask for a favor. I went to listen to Mr. Signan's storytelling after work, but he stopped at a cliffhanger. I can't take it. He's resuming tomorrow, but at an early time. I don't know if I'll be able to get there soon enough after work. If I can't make it, can you go and listen in my stead?
Yeah, no problem. But I haven't heard the story today. Would I be able to understand anything tomorrow?
Oh, the story today is about the Cloud Strider, and apparently they have a train. This train is like the Xianzhou ships and can travel between worlds.
It does sound familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
Right? That's why I'm asking for a favor. Mr. Xianyan said that Cloud Strider once arrived at a planet called Harilo, but was sucked into a huge conspiracy and even battled a massive golden robot. Don't spoil whatever happens next to me. Just tell Mr. Xinyan's version. Just tell me what Mr. Xinyan's version is tomorrow.
Harilla, huh?
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's Harilla 5? Perhaps Harilla 7?
So, you don't know? Alright, looks like I still have to be there in person tomorrow to get the story.
Next time, tell me your version.
Okay.
Jingyan. Noainen, I have a rather abrupt request. Please let me hear it, General. I like how you're just such a simp for him.
I love the fact that his profile.
I'm not at the seat of Divine Force.
I am not at the seat of Divine Foresight.
Yeah.
Even though that's always where he is.
When you're free, could you please spend some time sparring with Yanqing? I can, but I heard you're his teacher, General. That is true. What of it? Then can I spar with you first? That way you also get to test my capabilities. I'm already well aware of your capabilities, Noainen. Oh my, you saw through me. You've exposed the fact that I don't know how to use a sword at all. You don't use a sword and therefore don't abide by the rules and conventions of a sword fight. For Yanqing to try his skills against such an opponent would be a supreme opportunity. As for a spar between you and me, perhaps it's better to plan that for after you've sparred with Yanqing. However, I have one request. If you cannot agree to it, Noainen, then we cannot fight. Please let me hear it, General. MC is never this excited about anything except for trash cans. Do not book our spar for the afternoon. That time is far too tiring and sleepy.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Jingyan is kind of trash. So, I'm just saying.
Do you know what a rich mindset is? Do you want to know about a rich mindset?
What's a rich mindset? Do you really want to ask me that, Miss Asta?
Good answer. Can I get a screenshot of this? I'll blur out your name. You won't get in trouble. Yes.
Can I still recall that message?
It's okay, it's not a big deal.
I have the misfortune to be invited to do a stream seminar again. The topic this time is Summit Talk. A rich mindset will change your financial views and lift your perspectives on wealth. Okay. I need to convince them this topic is super boring. Who would want to watch that? Oh, she's trying to get out of the work by telling them it would all be boring. I'd rather watch Peppy play Holodisc. True. Do you mind if I take another screenshot? Qingchua. Are you busy? You know, it's pretty quiet at work today. Want to chat? Why did you go offline? Are you done with work? Someone was behind me. You know. Oh, okay. What would happen if you were seen? I don't know. I will never be caught. Aren't I awesome? I'm here. Pay attention at work. Noen and I finished reading the files you shared with me from the databank. After sitting in this seat of divine foresight for so long, I can't help but overlook the world outside of Laofu's delves. That, combined with the long lifespan of the Xianzhou humans, made me feel the entire world as boring and changeless as myself. However, now I've read the wondrous encounters of the Express crew, I realize that using my endless lifespan to travel to various worlds would be a fun adventure indeed. Unfortunately, I still shoulder Luofu's countless duties and cannot accompany your group. But if I were to retire one day, what should I do?
Become a nameless.
Our express is pretty big. You can come visit, General. If that's a personal invitation, Noanin, then I might consider it. That reminds me, my dream as a young boy was to become a Galaxy Ranger. Pity that life never goes the way you want it to. If given a chance, where would you want to go? Perhaps I'll seek out animals that have already gone extinct in Xianzhou. Let's stop for today. Qingzhou just carried in another pile of documents for me. Just looking at them gives me a headache. You're working hard, General. Sorry I can't be of help. It's enough for me to squeeze out some time to chat with you, Noain. All in all, I shall return to work. Farewell. Hey, have you registered for the new Immersia that just came out? Come be my buddy? Immersia? Oh, it's just foxy and sympathetic Immersia called Viridian Soul. Specifically for playing Celestial Jades, so we call them buddies. As long as you have a Jade Abacus, you can join in too. It's very easy. Basically a mobile game. What's a mobile game? I don't understand. Anyway, I've already registered. It's free. Now I can play it at work.
Of course.
You coming? I'll open up a friend room for us. I don't know how to play. Oh, it's easy. Come over to the games parlor when you have time. You'll pick it up in no time. I'm not lying. With the number of people in the Express, it should be easy to find enough players. You can teach everyone after learning it, and then you'll be able to play it together. I'll send you the invite in a bit. Trying to get me addicted to Mahjong.
Yep. But you should really do the Serval and Jeopard quest. That's really good.
I'll get around to it, but I want to do the adventure missions first. I need money.
But it gives you money, and character quests give you a lot of rewards.
But I just want to finish the adventure missions first.
Why wouldn't you do the character quests? Also, there's Clara's, rarely affectionate, and there's Natasha's, both of which are really good.
I think the first companion mission I'll do is actually gonna be... Oh shit. Don Hung, yeah. Ugh.
Hong doesn't have one yet.
What? But look, I have a text message, and it says Unlock Don Hung's Story Part 2.
Okay, that's not really a companion mission. That's his story on the LeFou. But you should do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one first.
Alright.
But before I do that, I'm gonna do these. What? Listen, I have a methodology, man.
Your methodology sucks.
Your methodology sucks.
No, your methodology sucks.
No, your methodology.
yours.
No, you.
Do the character
Fuck you. I do
story.
what I want. You can't tell me how to live my life.
Why? They're all really good.
That's why I'm doing them later. I do the grunt work first.
They could at least spread them out.
No. Alright, Asta, secret letter, cryptologist. We're gonna do the cryptologist first. Speaking of which, can I
The
buy
next
things from the
destination?
store
Up to you.
with my money? These aren't even worth buying. But I could buy this. I think they were expecting us to buy those early in the game. But I didn't, and now they're useless, so...
Oh, you gotta buy them anyway, just to unlock the credits.
yeah. It's you. Thanks for helping out on the station. Did you encounter some problems? Are you alright? The Legion is gone and the Curios are back. The Curios aren't back. Various departments are returning to their research, and the newly imported goods from the galaxy are beginning to circulate. Everything's going smoothly with Project Revival, so what exactly does this letter mean? I heard you're looking for me? No, Ayn, you're back. Just in time. What is that weird noise? No, it sounded like a gasping baby. Like that.
Oh, that's Peppy.
Oh, that's the dog?
Yeah. Right over here.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Huh.
very cute.
Dog with a baby voice. I don't trust it.
Peppy's kind of an asshole.
Thanks to your help and everyone's hard work, this space station is pretty much back on its feet. As a conclusion to Project Revival, I wanted to summon you to witness the fruits of our labor. But just 2 days ago, I received a strange letter. Now that you're here, perhaps you can help me figure out what it's about. Letter from Locus Silenti. Upon the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside, oblivious to the world as envy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness welcomed only pain and suffering? Like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky, an inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the 3 depths. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Cryptologist from Locus Silenti. I often hear researchers praise you for your resourcefulness and good judgment. What do you think? Any clues what this message is about? Let's see. Spirit sounds particularly familiar. Does it? I don't know. Yes, only the researcher called Wen in the Department of Only the researcher called Wen in the Department of Implemental Arts would speak like that. However, it was a strange story how I got a hold of this letter at the beginning. It was sandwiched in a tome called A Guide to Astral Realm Species on the conference room table. Normally, no one looks at it except me. Obviously, someone wanted to hand me this letter in private, so I didn't dare ask the staff in the Department of Implemental Arts. Who's this cryptologist from Locus Silenti? As far as I know, there's no one with this title in the space station. It must be an alias. But the identity of the writer is not what I'm most concerned about. Spirit sounds particularly familiar. Spirit. Can it be the Xenohydro? Well done, Noanen. You just found the key to the text right away. Now everything makes sense. It seems this is no ordinary letter. It's from an informant. Their intention is to report on the Xenohydro. The Xenohydro has disappeared from the space station since it escaped Mr. Wen Mingda's hands. This letter seems to support the rumor that the Xenohydro was not caught because it has an accomplice. Look at this sentence. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage, is obviously leading us to investigate the Xenohydro's range of activities, and to be an accomplice implies the existence of an accomplice. As for the other 6 sentences, in my opinion, some depict the portrait of the accomplice, and some describe the real hiding place of the Xenohydro. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to interpret the rest of the message. Now that we're done with other work, this letter falls into our hands at just the right moment. It's high time we put the Xenohydro issue back on the table, Noain. What do you think? I'm with you all the way. Considering there may be a traitor among us, if I hand this case to our staff, we might alert the culprit. And knowing you're not a staff member, and you've also met the Xenohydro before, you really are the ideal candidate to handle this case. And if there is an accomplice involved, this matter is no longer a simple case of curio retrieval. It must be hailed with caution. Therefore, I would like to ask you to go to the storage room mentioned in the letter and verify the facts. If we can catch either Xenohydro or the accomplice, we'll be able to interrogate them. Then, I can judge whether the accomplice's motive is malicious or not. At this critical juncture, it's up to us to finally finish Project Revival. Okay. So, I remember that one dude who was, like, sympathetic to the Wubbaboos. And I think he might be involved in this case as well. Too bad I remember nothing about him. Except his existence. The NPC's survival is truly strong, since no one remembers their faces. Looks like I need to be on the next floor. Is this the upper floor? Yes. I've always been a rather magnanimous person. In fact, here is a chance for you to regain my favor, as long as you're willing to apologize for your behavior. I didn't do those things. You want to deny the truth? Lamina, you're getting more and more dishonest. Let me help you remember. The mustard in my lunchbox, the big hole on the back of my uniform, and this boring letter in reply to a female researcher. Aren't they your doing? It's true I'm the only one who handled those things, but... And when I was reporting to Miss Asta, you suddenly shouted, "Mr. Capote, it's too late, the Wubbaboos are still waiting for you to play with them." You made her think I was colluding with the Curios and not doing my job. But I was just stating a fact. We should keep it only between you and me. How many times have I told you that? You were just going against me on purpose. Forget it, I don't think you're going to repent at all. One day, when you're sick of this place and your future is gloomy, you'll come crawling back to seek help from me. Isn't this the dude everybody idolizes? Just keep praying that by then I haven't replaced you with a Renoa, an Elena, or a Barbara, or someone else. When can I become braver? Oh, it's knowing the hero of the space station. I've heard so much about you. I didn't expect to have the opportunity to see you up close. I have a letter for you to read. Sure, but knowing me, I probably won't be much help. Well, if I understand correctly, where it says an inquiry into spirit traces, it seems to be referring to the Xenohydro, a kind of curio from our department. And to be an accomplice seems to be some kind of accusation. Knowing, why are you asking me this? Are you investigating the escape of the Xenohydro? Maybe it's impersonating you? Huh? Did it do those things that Mr. Capote accused me of? But why? As for the rest of the letter, please forgive my ignorance, but I really don't understand it. But now we know it's in the storage zone, and this area is only so large. Maybe we can take the initiative and make a list of the possible suspects. I'm quite familiar with this place. There are 1 or 2 places that I know that are inaccessible where the Xenohydro may be hiding. I can take you to have a look. Actions are better than words, if you don't mind knowing, and follow me. Okay. This way. Yeah, I'm too lazy. I'm gonna teleport. Alright. This room smells humid. It seems the Xenohydro really was here. Knowing and come quickly. This place is secluded in a good vantage point. You can watch the whole room from here. Well, are you sure we want to ambush it here? We can try making a trap. It's one of our standard procedures in the Department of Ecology. How do you make a trap? Tightly connect the 2 disposable kinetic arms. Once the prey stops within the range of the power arm, all that awaits them is doom. To make a disposable kinetic arm, we need many intricate parts. Strange matter of destruction and phase flame. By that time, the Xenohydro will have died of old age. Well, it won't take quite that long. The Xenohydro has a pretty long lifespan. But we probably shouldn't put ourselves in such a passive situation. Anyway, we'd better ambush it ourselves. We may have to wait for a while. Why don't we have a chat to kill time, knowing? I wonder if she's the Xenohydro right now. We didn't walk over here with her, so it's totally possible. Why do you work for Capote? You're not the first person to ask me this question. Except for his fans, many people have a bad impression of Master Capote. They think he's loud and obnoxious. But I've been with him for the longest time. I know Mr. Capote is not a bad person in nature. He's just naturally gifted in many aspects, so he can't understand other people's difficulties sometimes. In short, he's just spoiled by fate. How can you be spoiled by fate? With his unusually handsome appearance, his great talent for research, and his lovable, outgoing nature, everything has always worked out well for him, so it's normal for him to think the world revolves around him. Not to mention, he did give me a job, and he let me get closer to the real research work in the Department of Ecology, although the price was to work as his secretary. How do you see yourself, Lamina? Me? I'm just an ordinary researcher. Even that sounds like an exaggeration. Because I only got into the space station in my sister's place. Of course, Mr. Capote doesn't know about that. My home planet is quite poor in resources, and most families can barely support one person to go on a space journey. My sister was qualified to come to the space station, but she gave me the only chance in the family and in her life. It's such a pity I'm such a failure. If my sister were here in the space station, she'd be able to make a name for herself. So how do I see myself? I can't, or dare not answer this question at all. That's all for now. Dew is turned to frost and your belly is empty. But nothing happened. We can't just wait here forever. No sign of the Xenohydro. Maybe it left a long time ago. We can look for traces left by the Xenohydro in the room and use them to work out when it was here last. Time to walk around and change my mood. Okay. In the silver cabin, there are several hairs left from the Xenohydro's sparse fur. So the Xenohydro has fur. Okay. Apparently, although it is free, the Xenohydro still returns to the storage zone to sleep. You can't help but wonder if it has Stockholm Syndrome. The description of the collectible item nearby has been painted over. This is a sign of anger and frustration exhibited by the escapee. Can the Xenohydro surf the internet? You didn't expect to find such an absurd scene. There's research data about the Xenohydro left on the screen, showing that the Xenohydro was once here learning about itself. At the bottom of the page, there's a line of unsubmitted words. Gurgle. Nonsense, you'll never catch me. Why did it write gurgle? The hair is completely dry, and the date on the screen looks like it won't be coming back. Let's keep looking elsewhere. Let's see. I'm gonna kill this guy.
Come on.
He's in the way.
Conflict is pitiless.
Nap time.
Done and done. Alright.
A delicate
Where's...
operation.
Oh, I have to go out that way, huh? Hey, look, it's a memory bubble. Total evaporation. Bubbles are floating in the air with a colorful glow gliding on the surface. For some reason, they form an image that seems to carry a profound meaning. As you approach them, a female voice that sounds similar to Herta's murmurs monotonously, "Complete disappearance." And what's it say? The folklore team of the Intelligentsia Guild stationed on the planet has not replied, but your aircraft is running out of fuel. We must land now, the pilot announces through the communication channel. The dashboard shows your altitude has been decreasing rapidly, dropping to a 3-digit figure. The view outside has changed from wispy clouds to the roofs of exquisite houses, confirming the descent is taking place. Still no signs detected? Your captain sounds anxious. In your view, people from the guild are swindlers who hoodwink others under the guise of knowledge. You do not understand why the captain is so worried. All frequency bands are blocked, just like a week ago. The nerd speaks in his usual flat tone. Also, no heat emission from living organisms are detected in the residential areas, or rather anywhere. In case you don't understand what that means, I'm saying that all living organisms on the surface of the planet have evaporated, he adds while pushing his glasses upward. The nerd's attitude always gets on your nerves, but you still can't help feeling incredulous at this. All living organisms on the planet have vanished? Is that even possible? Actually, it might be. After all, these humanoid fungi are pious believers of that bizarre faith. Perhaps their god has brought them all to another place. While being absorbed in your thoughts, you are jolted back to reality by a violent shudder from the bottom of the aircraft. It seems like you have landed. Now, you just need to look for the rascals from the guild, then get out of here. After picking up a ray gun, you hop out of the hatch after the captain. You and the rest enter a building and exit again. The search lasts for a long time, but your confusion is not answered. As the nerd puts it, all life activities on the planet have creepily come to an abrupt halt. Food left on plates hasn't rotted yet. Unattended fireplaces set the building on fire, which is later put out by the rain. Pens drop to the floor due to gravity, and their ink stain the entire room. The only thing unaffected is the intricate coat of arms that constantly watches over everything created by the fungi civilization from every corner of the world. From both sides of the streets, inside closets, on flags, in niches, it's everywhere. Weird. I'm gonna teleport again. Because this is far away. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, another reason I wanted to do this one is I want a conclusion to the Xenohydro arc.
Good quest.
Oh, hey. You thought you could ambush me, but
Leave
joke's
it to
on
me.
you.
A foregone conclusion. Here, this thunder.
Wow, and they're weak to, like, everyone in my party. Even better. Hey there, Loki.
Not a scratch.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
Time for some hardship. A foregone conclusion. Conflict is pitiless.
Alright. Darn it, I seem to have fallen for the Xenohydro's trap. The monster's surprise attack caused some serious injuries. No, don't worry, I'll treat your wounds. I have a lot of medicine on me. It was originally given to Mr. Capote by his fans among the medical staff. He didn't want it, so he gave it to me. How's that? Are you feeling better now? I found a monster wandering around here, so I hid away. It's my fault that I didn't warn you. That's why you fell for the Xenohydro's trap. We can't go on like this. I underestimated the situation. We put in so much effort and almost got seriously hurt, so... should we give up? Time to re-examine the letter. Upon the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside. Oblivious to the world was the envy becomes as the envy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness welcomed only pain and suffering, like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Back to square one. Anyway, the useful information should be in the paragraph. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Can you see anything useful? Three depths? Since worn out unearthly is a condition, then the three depths should be the second condition. Literally, it means going through the depths of the three rooms. That's it? I think so. Solving riddles is like solving magic tricks. Once you know the answer, you would think it's an insult to your intelligence, but that's just the illusion of hindsight. Worn out unearthly? In this sentence structure, the focus should be on the object. Wait a minute, unearthly does sound familiar. No, and do you think the unearthly marvel has anything to do with it? What's that? Don't you remember? I heard from Mrs. Hinkle that you once used the unearthly marvel to help her repair major road defects. I think it was when you first arrived at the space station. At the time, word of a young busybody was spreading around the space station. So this iron shoes worn out unearthly refers to the road built by the unearthly marvel? It's all coming together now. So if this letter is correct, the Xenohydros should be hiding in a place where there's unearthly marvel, but also you have to pass through three rooms to get there. If you still insist on continuing, I'll help you to the end. This time we won't fail. Okay, so we gotta follow traces. Alright, so... we gotta go up top, do we? Run, run, run. Isn't this back in that room we investigated before? Oh no, it's above us, so there's... oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So this floor. Uh-huh, okay, going back this way. Noinen, look, after passing through the road that was repaired by the unearthly marvel, we entered the deepest part where the 3 rooms are connected. This is the so-called the 3 depths. Come on in. I finally got you, Noine. Or should I call you Xenohydro? Good thing I was on guard. As early as a few days ago, the real Noine had already warned me that there may be a Xenohydro wreaking havoc in the near future. I didn't expect you to come so soon. Let me see. I can just take care of you, bypass Mr. Capote, and hand you over to Miss Asta, so I don't have to be a slave anymore. I should have guessed. I caught you, Xenohydro. Enough nonsense. If you're not convinced, sort it out with Noine. Yeah, this'll be fun. Another me. I finally caught you, Xenohydro, and you won't get away this time. You're the Xenohydro. I don't think so. You see, we both have 2 eyes and a mouth. We sound the same and act the same. Since there's no 4th person present, whoever Lumina thinks is a Xenohydro is the Xenohydro. Why impersonate me? I should be asking you that. I'm Noinen, the official crew member of the Astral Express, the walking Stellaron vessel. The invincible conqueror of the Antimatter Legion, the infamous rising star of the galaxy. Who do you think you are impersonating? Who do you think you're impersonating, Xenohydro? Aren't you using my face to take advantage of my reputation so you can conduct scams in the space station? The people in the space station will believe me. Believe? What a joke. Not even Lamina believes you right now, let alone the others. I warned her earlier that someone might pretend to be me to get close to her. Do you have any proof that you're not the Xenohydro?
I have a baseball bat.
Baseball bat? What's that? Can you use it to prove your identity? Or is it only one of its kind in the universe? It's an artifact. I get it. You're the Stellaron vessel, fine. But you even have this bad boy? Heh, it's like those guys with the scripts in the space station before. It's pretty cool. I can bash you. I think the Xenohydro is my fan.
I know. It totally is.
I can bash you to a pulp. Is that the kind of violent thug you are? Hey, don't you want to ruin this? You don't want to ruin this pretty face, do you? I advise you to lay down your arms and hand yourself over. Life in the storage zone is not so bad. Last time Mr. Wang Mingy almost went in. You two may keep each other company in the future. She and I are partners. Yeah, let's see what the third-party witness says. Lamina, it's your call. Lamina, why aren't you saying anything? Did you suddenly find your conscience? You want to back out now, gurgle? You got yourself exposed. So what, Noinen? I don't think you really understand the situation. What's this? Don't underestimate me. Oh, well, fine. Then tell me what's going on now. Lamina is the accomplice. That's right, good one, Noine, but you only guessed the first half of our plan. I had long guessed that someone would come to investigate my whereabouts, so Lamina and I decided to lure the investigator here, kill them, and then hand them in as the Xenohydro. Then we'll finally be free. But I didn't expect you to come. Lamina was soft. She wanted to give you a chance, and so we changed the plan from elimination to persuasion. Now, if you want to leave this place, you only have 2 choices. Either obey and go to the storage zone in place of me, or die and then go to the storage zone instead of me. Why are you so confident you can kill me? I kicked your ass last time. I have a third option. What's that? To kill me? You dropped bid. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. I am actually curious about why she's, cooperating, but...
You know nothing of the weight behind this power. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Maybe that is its true form.
Show no mercy.
But I kind of think it's not its true form, because the, you know, it says, ice out of space, right? So that's not Xenohydro, so...
No. There's no time to lose. Here, this thunder.
Bonk.
Naughty child.
Lamps ablaze. Lamps! Forward!
Yes, see hit.
The what?
Let's begin.
Show those boss.
Follow my charge.
Yep, gotta show who's boss.
It's pitiless.
I'm on guard.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Leave it to me.
No. There's no time to lose. Here, this thunder.
And we got it. So now there's two Luminas, huh? It seems you and I are destined to go down together. Sorry, Noanin, I'm the accomplice in collusion with the Xenohydro. I'm willing to accept my punishment. What on earth is going on? You know me. You know what kind of person Lumina is. No talent, no achievements. I can barely prove my value by doing the most trivial jobs. But working on an assembly line all my life? It's fine for me, but how can I face my family? They've sacrificed everything for me so I can come here. Do I repay them by being a cleaner? I can't, and I'm not shameless enough to do that. Capote was my first springboard to success, the only springboard, and I had to rely on him. It's still a decent job in the Department of Ecology. Once I thought that if I just served him well, I would at least get a chance to succeed. Hard work always pays off, right? Until the Xenohydro impersonated me to prank Capote and made a mockery of him. It's like a mirror. It showed me my pitiful appearance, so humble, so weak, so powerless. It also taught me a valuable lesson. Even Lumina can liberate herself from the constraints of others and live like a person. For the first time, I found that I was willing to trade my mediocre future for a free and unrestrained life. So I let it all happen until the rumor that someone in the staff harbored the Xenohydro became widespread. They called for severe punishment for those who did not report relevant information. That's when I realized my personal wishes were not important. I can just be a low-level researcher, but I can't let the space station drive me out. I can't ruin my family's last bit of expectation for me. When I heard that someone began investigating the Xenohydro and its accomplice, I made up my mind to eradicate my opponent and protect myself. Finally, I decided to be brave for once, but I didn't expect to be hampered by the bond between us. If only it was someone else who came here. Your bravery is wasted in the wrong pursuit. Is it? Maybe. When a person is pushed to a dead end, wit might appear cold and heartless, but it's just survival instinct. In fact, everything is written in the letter. I'd already figured out that the accomplice in that letter was referring to me. It's just that I didn't really have the courage to face it. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day as they turn around, the path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. I completely ignored these words earlier. Is this letter meant to persuade me? So from the beginning, the informant tried to persuade me to give up my conspiracy with the Xenohydro and live my own life independently. In other words, independence does not only mean leaving the Xenohydro, but also Capote and my weaknesses. Now I understand, although this realization has come a little too late. Well, the Xenohydro definitely manipulated her to get to this point. You still have a chance, but the Xenohydro must be returned. You mean you won't tell them who the accomplice was? Thank you, Noain. I'll cherish the opportunity you gave me, and I'll also prove to you that I've really changed because of this experience. So, did we capture the Xenohydro after I beat it up? Is that what happened?
Destination? Up to you.
You're back. Did you conclude the matter? I got the Xenohydro back. Well, don't worry. The Xenohydro is of secondary importance. Is that Lamina standing over with Capote over there? You fraud! You trampled on our sincerity. Oh, Master Capote used to be so perfect. Now he's just another deceitful celebrity. Master Capote, I can't believe you eat mayonnaise. That's disgusting. Give me back the gifts I gave you.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Well,
Lamina, why did you invite all these people? I didn't invite them here. I just told them the fact that I was the one who replied to all your fans. Everybody calm down. Let me explain later. Lamina, you don't want the benefits I give you anymore, do you? That's right. I don't want any of it. From now on, I won't help you cook, wash your clothes and shoes, write your letters, or be your puppet. Get it? If you want to find me, remember to ask my secretary, Mr. Non-Existent, for a number. Noinen, what do you think of this? She'll be able to look after herself. Yeah, thanks to your mediation. Not only did you ensure her safety, but also encouraged her to change. Oops. Like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. I didn't use any rhymes or enough alliteration for this line. It's still not good enough. To tell you the truth, the cryptologist from Locus Silenti is none other than yours truly. This letter took me more than 10 days to write, and I asked Mr. Wen for advice. It wasn't easy. After I wrote it, I couldn't find the right person to get it delivered. Fortunately, the Xenohydro is just a prankster, and there's no rush to retrieve it. When you appeared, Noain, and you turned out to be the best candidate, so I came up with the idea to let you and Lamina share some experiences together, see where it takes you. But now you should also understand that Lamina is actually a kind-hearted girl, and she deserves another chance. You're very kind. Well, now that my objective has been achieved, I announce the Xenohydro case is officially over. Here's your reward. Thanks for all your help. Please come back to the space station more in the future. Don't forget, there are a lot of people who've received your help there, and many traces of your hard work throughout the place. So the Xenohydro was just a prankster. Asta does not know that they were planning to murder me. Sorry, everybody, don't listen to that woman. Let's not gather here. We don't want to disturb the researchers and attract any unnecessary attention from security. Everyone in the space station knows that Lamina is your most trusted secretary. What she said must be true. Lamina is the leader of your fan club to some extent. If even she has left you, then maybe you're really not worth it.
wow.
Forget it. There's no point staying here any longer. Can we get our hearts back? Can we get back our laughter and tears? Can we get back our hopes and dreams? I think we should go back and let our hearts heal. Miss, researcher is right. Please go back for now. Don't you all have to work? Learn from this lesson. Who are you anyway? Mind your own business. Oh, he can't even remember our names. I'm afraid it's hard for him to remember this lesson. Oh? Can Master Capote even remember what gift he got from me? Oh no, I have to get back. If those old guys in Implement Arts catch me, it'll get ugly. My ladies, listen to me. Please, just go now. Well, I'll send you all a letter of condolence later to mend your hearts. Don't worry, it will be written by myself personally. Who wants that? It'll take me forever just to deal with your previous ghostwriter letters. Fine, just give me one. It'll complete the collection. Hey everybody, nothing to see here, let's bounce. I don't know why Lamina threw a tantrum all of a sudden. There must be an accomplice or someone behind the scenes. Alas, I don't have time to think about it. I still have a lot of consolation letters to write.
Wow.
I can't believe they were disillusioned by him eating mayonnaise. I did used to be really grossed out by mayonnaise because my older sister tricked me into saying that mayonnaise was made out of rotten eggs. But then as an adult, I accidentally ate no, what was it? It was actually your family. Yeah, your mom cooks, potatoes with mayonnaise. And I was like, why are these so delicious? And it was the mayonnaise. And ever since, I was like, oh, mayonnaise. It's actually good. And it's also not made of rotten eggs. It's an emulsion of oil and eggs that is chemically stable because of, you know, chemistry. Anyway, we did manage to do this, and I guess I'll have to consume some sort of consumable. Yeah, synthesize. Oh no, I don't have to consume it, I just have to synthesize it. I always do the trick snacks, they're just useful.
They are very good, yeah.
In my opinion, they're the best one.
Probably, yeah.
But I also have not even tried the others, so... I'm just gonna say it's the best one because it's the one that I like. Let's see, 38. Not quite enough. There we go. Oh, hey. Time to do these. I'm glad they made the expeditions easier compared to the ones in Genshin.
I like that quite a bit too.
Alright, looks like I've done that. Oh yeah. Am I supposed to be buying one of these? I don't even know which ones are good. I'm gonna ignore it for now. Let's see if I can buy anything from the shop. Where's the shop? Probably down the stairs. No, it's not. This way. Yes. How much money did I get? Not enough for all of these, so... I'll ignore it. Come back when I'm rich. Well... Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope y'all had fun. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there for tonight, because I'm hungry and sleepy. Well, I'll see you next time. Later.